Hello, my name is Jared Krebs. I'm pictured here with my wife Crystal and our dog Tasia. We're Emerald Directors, co-founders of Team DSI. And tonight's training, we have the privilege of hearing from Executive Gold Director Viola Crebs, who was just in Las Vegas at the GoPro event called The Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing. And she took her top two team members, Achiever Phyllis Walker and Builder Stephanie Giles. Very proud of all of you for going to this event, investing extra, really, because this event is on top of all the USANA events that we do. So your commitment is just so high, all three of you. Viola, thank you so much for being such a great mom, for being such a great influence in my life, and for being such a powerful, powerful leader in our business. I love you and appreciate you and cannot wait to hear about this recap. So take it away.
Well, thank you, Jared. I am still so excited. I'm still walking on cloud nine. In fact, I'm still in Las Vegas. The event was held at the Mirage in Las Vegas, and I was there with two of my most powerful women members, Phyllis Walker and Stephanie Giles. And there were probably 5,000 people, around 5,000 people at the event. But boy, I sure want to take more of my team members next year. This was my first one I've attended, the Powerful Women in Network Marketing. I have attended, I think, 3 of the GoPro events with Eric Worre. This one is definitely different. Obviously, it was for women, but there were some men that were there. So it was an event for women by women, and men were not allowed to talk on stage with the exception of the couples panel. And you can see the picture here on the left. I'm pictured with Marina Worre. She is Eric Worre's wife. And this is her event. She puts on the women's event. And to the right, I'm pictured with Eric Worre, who was the host and the MC of the event. So they were both on stage. Eric was probably on stage probably more than I expected because he was the MC. But it was obviously, none of the men actually were on there. They were strictly women that were on stage. So I just wanted to share this fact real quick. The gender makeup of direct sellers. On average, 76% of people in our profession are women. So that's huge. You can see from 2012 to 2015, it's a big number there, 76% on average. So with that, I want to turn the time over to Stephanie Giles. She was with us here in Las Vegas, and she is a builder with USANA, and I'm so honored to have her on our team because she is a visionary. She's been with USANA for 6 months, 6 short months, and she's a lifetime Premier Platinum Paysetter. And I can tell you that I was inspired by her to attend this event. It was her idea. And so like they say, you learn from your downline. And so I have to thank her for inspiring me to go to this event. Stephanie is also a busy mom of 3 teenage daughters and is devoted to working on herself and her personal development. So Stephanie, are you there?
I am.
Stephanie, can you share some of your nuggets that you received from the event and tell the team why you were so excited about being there?
Oh, I actually signed up and sent in my form before we even left GoPro back in December. I was so excited. I loved hearing the women. And after hearing the women's panel at GoPro, I was so excited to see some of the women again. One of the ones that I absolutely loved but did not get a picture with her was Susan Sly. But right here I'm pictured with Eric Worre and Marina and Phyllis. It was absolutely amazing. When we first started the event, Eric Worre got up and he told us the 4 things we were going to get out of the weekend was we were going to develop a $1 million mindset. Number 2, we were going to develop skills and we were going to learn what we needed to do. And we were going to learn a strategy on how to take our mindset and our skills and how to make those work for ourselves. And then our 4th thing is that we were going to expand our vision and give us the potential to become who we are. And then at the very end, when we went to the Flower Power Party, I got to meet both of them and thank them for the wonderful event. And it was neat because I got to give them both a hug. And Marina, when I gave her a hug, she told me, take what you just learned and go forward and do. And so I thought that was amazing that she was able to just give me this little teeny tip of information that was extremely valuable. Can you give me my next slide?
Yes, and I just want to tell you I love your slide. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
All right. As the next one's coming up, this is at the Flower Power Party. These were the women that we were able to catch, that I was able to catch and get pictures with. In the top left, it's Denise, and I can't remember what her last name is. She's in the orange dress. Yeah, and then the one up in the corner is Lisa Grossman. Absolutely loved her. She's been in the business as long as Eric Worre, and she said she is a true believer in network marketing. And her main thing that she talked about was love. If you can't love the people that you're trying to serve and get into the business, no one's going to want to do business with you. You have to be a people person and just love, 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 love. Love everyone. And I absolutely loved that. Down in the corner, we're with Debbie and Jeff Beebe. They were on a couples panel. Absolutely amazing. The couples panel, it was just fun to see the dynamics of how these people build their business together. And pretty much almost every single one of them, the woman started the business and then the man came along later on, which was fun to see, and just to see the dynamics. In the other picture, Phyllis and I are with Kirsten and Denny Johnson, and they were just amazing people to see. And it was just fun to get to take pictures with them and get to know them and just kind of just thank them for what they were able to give us during the conference. Can you give me my next slide too? And my next slide, okay. Eric Worre told us to write down our top 5 things that we got out, that we had gotten out of it so far on Friday night. And these are 2 of my top 5. And the first one was, we have to believe in ourselves. If I can't believe in myself, I can't become who I want to be. And then the next day, Stefani talked about it, and these were a couple of her slides. She said, you can look in the mirror and you can be a kitten, but you need to release and become the lion and the queen that we are, which I absolutely loved. It gives me a goal to continue to build and move more. And the other one of the other ones was that we need to be authentic. If we're not authentic and true to ourselves and what our beliefs are and what we want to do, there is no way that we can continue on, and that we have to be dreamers. We have to set big goals. And if we can't dream big, we're not going to ever make it big, which I really loved that we could do that. And that our mindset is just absolutely what will put us where we need to be. And I know I'm doing the GoPro coaching that Eric Worre has, and that is a lot of what it's teaching me is it's all about your mindset. And if you can't think it, you'll never become it. Can you switch slides for me?
Wow, that's powerful, Stephanie. Love the slide as well.
All right, and my next one, it says, sometimes life is about the ability to believe in where you are going, even when you are not sure what lies ahead, which I absolutely love, because we never know what's going to hit us. Like shortly after I started this business, my health went downhill. I had to take several months off. I had so many nerves burned in my back and in my neck that I just felt like I was going to die. But I've gotten over those, and I've healed, and I've got my health back on, starting to get back on track. And now I'm going towards and stepping forward and moving like those footprints in the sand towards the ocean and where I want to become and where I want to be. And so you can't use an excuse. You have to keep going, and you have to just keep trying no matter what. Can you give me my next slide? My next one, I know Viola's told me over and over that I've been really good at this, that I've followed, I've been teachable, that I do what I'm told. And I think that's true. We have to be teachable. We have to have that heart to want to learn and be humble. If we don't have that, we're not going to be successful at all. And the other thing that they kept reinforcing over and over and over this weekend was, we have to be grateful. And if we can't say thank you and be grateful for who we are and what we are, it's not going to do us any good. And I love this quote on the bottom by Stefania. She's a wonderful person from Italy. She said, "I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me," which that is a huge motto in my life. Oh, I just lost what's online. Can you guys still hear me?
I can still hear you perfectly.
Okay, hold on. My screen just cut out on me. Okay, can you give me the next slide? I think I've got like 2 more. I think. Okay. I've got 3. This one I just loved. I'm like, they kept talking about enthusiasm and that we just have to have energy and enthusiasm. It's kind of like Tony Robbins taught us back in December.
I don't hear you, Stephanie.
Oh, can you hear me? I'm like, oh, can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you, Stephanie.
You can hear me?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Can anyone else hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Stephanie.
I can hear you.
Okay.
you're good.
Awesome. I can't see anything on my screen, so I'll just go off what's on my phone.
Okay.
So we have to have energy. We have to be excited. We have to have that enthusiasm and energy, and our energy will give us what we need. And I also liked the little quote that it says that we are enough because we are women. Women have power behind us, and that we can be successful. I got a couple more slides. If you want to show them, I don't know if I just can't see them on my screen.
All right. Your smile.
Yep. Okay. And it just turned off on me. Okay. It says your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling at the end of your experience is your trademark, which I thought was absolutely amazing. Like if we can do those 3-4 things, that will just help us in everything that we do. And if you want to give me my last slide, it just says, do what you love and love what you do. If you don't love what you do, you can't succeed in anything. So those were the things that I learned and that I found most valuable this weekend.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I certainly enjoyed spending the whole weekend with you, and I love you so much and love everything that you said on this webinar. Thank you so much for sharing some of your nuggets that you got with the team, and I'm sure we will see you at the next event.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so we're going to move on, and I am going to have the honor of introducing Phyllis Walker. Phyllis is an achiever with USANA, and what I'm so impressed with Phyllis is that she is totally committed to her personal growth and her USANA business. I can say she's not only my business partner, but now she is one of my dearest friends, and that always happens with USANA. I'd like for her to share some of her insights on the event. Phyllis, are you there?
I am, Viola. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just let me know when you want me to switch slides.
Hey, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Phyllis Walker. I live in Bountiful, Utah. And I've been in USANA for 21 years. You can change the slide now.
Okay.
We went to Las Vegas.
That was a great picture of you and Eric, by the way.
Oh, thank you. We went to Las Vegas, as you know, to see Marina Worre's most powerful women in network marketing. And we got to spend a little bit of time the day before just checking out Vegas. And this is Randy, myself, Viola, and Stephanie. It was a fabulous 3 days. And Randy happened to be our private chauffeur. And thank you, Mr. Randy Crebs.
Well, that's the least I could do. Hey, I'm in Vegas, you see.
He had it down. We were chauffeured by the most handsome man, and we tipped him well.
Yes, we did. I saw a hat in Vegas. It was actually at the seminar that said, "Never give up." I didn't buy it because after 21 years in USANA, I am living it. I haven't given up. USANA is one of the most the greatest company for network marketing. At the convention, I was very empowered, but also humbled to be in a room full of very bright women, successful women at that. Okay, this is Denny Robinson, and she's the woman that I felt most connected to through the whole convention, seminar, even though all the women were fabulous. Her bio says she's passionate about health and wellness and is making a difference to humanity. And that's what we're all about in USANA. She said when she wakes up in the morning, she says thank you 7 times. I don't wake up thanking God, but in the evening, I do have a gratitude journal, and I list anywhere from 3 to 10 things I'm grateful for the day. She said, how many success stories do you need to hear before you start your own? That kind of hit home with me. I hear all these stories and I'm kind of envious. So I thought, okay, she's right. I need to start my own story, my success story. Next slide. The 4 types of people. She talked about consumers, connectors, builders, and leaders. A consumer is a PC or an associate who buys the products at best value. The connectors are the people that are the life of the party, but they don't seem to be good at following up. The builders, I want to do this. They do everything and do the steps necessary to be successful. But the leaders are few and far between. They've either had previous network marketing experience and they say, with or without you, I am going to do this. And they also plug people into a system, which Jared and Crystal and Randy and Viola, God bless them, have done that. And we have a wonderful team, Team DSI. She also talked about whoever she who loves glitter, I am so sorry. She who leaves glitter in her path will never be forgotten. That is a great saying. And in truth, that has happened to me. In my younger days, I used to dress flashy, and I can say some people still remember. She also says, Demi also says, don't be threatened if someone passes you up in rank. It's called residual income. And that's what Renee mentioned last week about Veronica Cade. She is right on Renee and Megan's tail. And the last thing I wrote down about her is she said, the secret to getting to the top is to get off your butt and never forget how proud looks on you. The next speaker that I was really pleased with was Lisa Grossman. Stephanie mentioned a little bit about her. She was our first speaker. She talked about suffering from TB, true believerism. In network marketing, that made me chuckle too when she said that. In network marketing, we want people to be better than ourselves because they exalt us and don't diminish us. She has a great approach, and I really like this. She said, ask someone if they're happy, or ask them if they're satisfied with their life. If they say no, then say, do you have a plan to change it? Would you like to see one? Or you can say, this may not be for you, but I want to show you a plan. I could feel comfortable approaching people that way. So I really like the way she worded it. And let's see. One of One of the speakers in the couples panel said, "I am a champion." She had us repeat it several times. I am a champion. I am a champion. Kind of like our affirmations, like Jared said. There is a champion inside each one of us. We have greatness, but some of us have a terror barrier. I know I do, personally. I'm afraid to approach people. So she said we need to break through the terror barrier, and I will start working on that today. The next slide, please.
Woohoo!
This was the flower power that we got to enjoy with everybody, all in our flower dresses and skirts, and it was amazing. We saw dolphins playing, we saw white tigers, we saw white lions. It was just an amazing ending to this powerful weekend. Next slide, please. The Flower Power Party, this is Marina and Stephanie and I. We were so fortunate to get in line and be able to get our picture taken with her. She is so beautiful, and she was so warm and loving and caring, and I thanked her very much for such a wonderful weekend with all these women. And she said, "Did you learn anything?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Then take it and go change lives." I was just so impressed by this. And it was a wonderful, wonderful seminar. And thank you for your time and listening.
Thank you, beautiful Phyllis, beautiful Stephanie, and beautiful Marina, for sharing with our team. And there will be another event similar to this. I want to share some of my nuggets that I got now. So I am going to change slides here. Obviously, I wish I could regurgitate everything that I learned because it was all so good. There were 5 different panels, and panels are really that covered what, 5 times 6 people. That's 30 women that we actually got to hear from. The first one was the Rising Star panel, and then we had also a social media panel, a mompreneur panel, a couples panel, and a $1 million earner panel. With the Rising Star panel, so these are women that are up and coming rising stars. So you learn something from each one. One of the things that I learned, one of the women here was talking about, there's 3 different types of people. There's the naysayers, the lovers, and the haters. So the naysayers are, let's say, your family. They liked where you were before they met you. They don't want you to succeed, okay? Those are the naysayers. And then there's the lovers. They love you no matter what. And then there's the haters. So to me, when I was I felt like I was hated upon many times. And, it's just, I got a new perspective on it. So, but what this woman said is when they hate you, you lose your mind. But the haters make you famous because others will watch and realize that they like what you're doing. So you really want to give me more haters. So anyway, that was an interesting perspective, which really resonated with me. Also, the mompreneurs really gave me a lot of insight, a tool that is going to help me when I'm working with someone who has children, such as young children, for example. I never really knew how to help them. But what one of the mompreneurs said was that there's a different season of the different age groups. So if you have 0 to 6 years, you have children that are 0 to 6 years old, get help. She said, just get babysitters, have your husband watch while you work on your business, but get help. The second season is the 6-year-olds to the 12-year-olds. So you want to do your USANA or your business work while they're in school. And then there's the 12 to 18-year-olds, and that's the third season. And you really want to involve your kids at that age because your kids are watching you. They're even watching you from a very young age. So let them see your business lift you up. You don't want to let them see you all stressed out, or they're not going to think it's very cool. And you want them to answer the question, what's my family's experience of me in this business? You want that to be a good example, a good experience. They want to see a good experience coming out of you. One of the moms here was talking about how she was on a business call and there were 2 little boys. She had 3 little boys, I think it was boys. And the minute she would get on the phone, they would start just raising all kinds of trouble. So she was on the phone with the prospect, and there was a roll of duct tape on the table. So she actually took the duct tape while she was talking to her prospect and taped the 2 boys together. The other one shot out, and she was just so angry that she, finally said to her prospect, "Let me just call you back." But I can imagine they do make you crazy. I know we have a 2-year-old little grandson that we have quite often, and I have a better perspective and empathy for moms. So I really learned a lot from the mompreneurs. Also on social media panel, one of the things I learned on that was to be on point with your personal branding on Facebook. So first of all, they said, don't have your company as your branding. Also, don't have a picture of your cat or your dog as your profile picture. And to find out how you're doing with your branding, you want to have like 5 words or things that represent you and no more. So you want to put a post out there. Ask your Facebook friends, what are 5 words that remind you of me? And that's going to be interesting. I'm going to actually do this and see what 5 words I get back. And if you have more than 5, you're kind of all over the place. You want to kind of hone it down. So they gave us just so many good tips on that. Susan Sly, here's Susan Sly, Stephanie. She's powerful. I really enjoyed what she had to share with us. She is a best-selling author and mother of 5. And she talked about follow-up. She said instead of creating millionaires, she's interested in creating millions of thousandaires. Follow-up is about creating a habit of loving people more. So you know how sometimes you have to keep following up with the same people, like sometimes years. And it gets to be a little, to me, it was like kind of a nuisance after a while. It's like, make a decision already. But now I have a new perspective of, it's about creating a habit of loving more people. So that's good. That's going to help me be better. The most important person you need to recruit is ourselves. Follow up as long as it takes. And 80% of sales require 5 follow-ups. The end is not the end. So never write anybody off. Comfort zone is the death of dreams. And here's a good one. Okay, so I'm sure you've all heard this. Some people say, you know what, I can't do this business because my husband doesn't support me. Susan Sly says, quit asking for that. Quit asking for your husband to support you. It's respect from them that you want. Respect is not given, especially by men, if it is not earned. So earn respect from them by getting results. And they'll just automatically support you. That was good. That was really good. There seemed to be a common theme throughout the whole seminar, and it was about being authentic and getting in peak state. So you know how we learned from Tony Robbins to get in that emotionally high energy peak state? Well, all these women talked about that. Everyone had high energy. And the person who closed the seminar was a perfect example of getting in peak state. Her name is Nurka. And Nurka, oh wait, before I talk about Nurka, I gotta just share this with you guys because it's pretty exciting. I ran into Masa and Miguel from Pajama Bosses, and you guys might not know who they are, but they are from Australia. They're very high earning network marketers that now have a training system that we have learned from and studied with Pajama Bosses. So when I saw them in the hallway, I was really excited because I had to just go introduce myself and tell them that, hey, I wanted to let you know that what we learned from you is helping us with our systems. And I was so impressed that Masa recognized me. And I've never talked to her personally. Jared has, and I think Jared's Facebook friends with her, but she is such a professional that is very important. And she was calling me by my first name. She's the one that asked for the picture to be taken. I didn't even have to ask her. She wanted this photo taken. And I told her that it very much helped our 1 day, our 1 week, our 3, let's see, what's the next one? The 1 month, right? System. And so she actually had me do a short little video for for a testimonial for her business. But it was pretty exciting. I was pretty excited to meet them. Okay, so here's Nurka that I was talking about. When she came on stage, you could feel the energy. She is the creator of The Art of Supreme Influence, a transformational leader and master trainer and author. She, by the age of 20, she was the #1 corporate trainer for Anthony Robbins. So she spent like 5 years with him, just almost living with him. She's a legend with unbeatable records. And to me, she almost seemed like a female version of Tony Robbins. I mean, she would be on stage and she'd be kind of jumping up, getting in state. You could feel her energy. And she said to put yourself in environments that call for more. You step into your opportunity and you will be given firm ground to walk on and given wings. I mean, the way she said everything, just like, bam, I could just see it. She said, you do not describe what you see what you describe. And if you think about that again, you do not describe what you see what you describe. So for example, if you see your team, you're thinking, okay, I'm describing what I see, but in reality, you've already described it in your mind. And so now you're looking at what your mind has put out there. That's your team. The results are the mere result of the conversations you're having with yourself. What kind of conversations are you having with yourself? The quality of your life and business reflect your emotional state. If you're bored and restless and stressed out, opportunities won't come to you. Be on the edge of your seat, live life ready, and watch the opportunities come. She talked about language. She talks about communication. And she says, are you championing your highest vision? You create as you speak. I am is a statement of identity. What you speak will come find you. If you say, I am fat, fat will come find you. If you say, I am new, rookieism will come find you. So true. She says to live in supreme influence. And she says, if adversity comes, you walk forward until adversity walks backwards and falls off the end of the planet. Live with awareness and an expanded heart, and everything will align. Just powerful. She totally rocked my world. I came home, I listened to her again, I got on her website, listened to more of her stuff, and I'm telling you, I am a huge Nurka fan after this event. The dolphins, yay! You can see there's 3 dolphins there. We got to see them jump up and do tricks. And then there was the Siegfried and Roy lions and tigers. It was kind of like a zoo. I kept saying those fences are in my way of my picture. And I remember Stephanie saying, I want those fences up. Leave them up. It was fun. We had a great time. Here's the 3 of us from our team. I am visualizing that we are going to have a larger group next year. And the dates for next year are April 13th through the 15th at the Mirage again in Las Vegas. We have not totally committed to going to this event yet, just because it may fall right on national for USANA. So Eric Worre always says, you go to your USANA, or not your USANA, your business event first. If it falls on this date, you don't come to this, you go to your event. So we're waiting to see when our national for 2018 is. Hopefully it doesn't fall on this date, because I certainly do not want to miss it. I am a huge, huge fan of this event now that I've been to. And I want to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to share some of my insights.
Wow, Mom, I loved it. Thank you so much. It was amazing, amazing webinar. I can't wait to hear about all the success that's coming from you from attending it and applying all the things you learned. Thanks for making such a great training tonight.
You're welcome.